Hi, I'm Robin Forster with Feel So Alive, and I have my friend Ryan Scroggins. And did I pronounce your name right this time?
Correct. Absolutely.
Excellent, good, because I am famous for doing bad things to names. So that's pretty exciting. It's a win for the day.
Yeah.
But the reason why Ryan is here is that he is with C&L Automotive. He's the owner there, and he's a car guy. I mean, a serious car guy. He's been doing this for a long time. And the other day, as I was sitting at my desk at home in my family room, and I was looking out at my car and thinking about my car, and I thought, oh, when was the last time I drove my car? It's like, well, could have been a week, could have been longer. And I started thinking, oh no, this is an expensive thing I have parked out in the driveway. What is it I need to do to help maintain this expensive toy? Well, not exactly a toy, expensive car that I have. And so then that's when I started talking to you, Ryan, and saying, okay, so what do I do? And all the information you were sharing with me is like, uh-oh, we better tell everybody else because I bet they don't know.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, so
Absolutely. So
Ryan,
you're
what
absolutely right. Your car or automobile, truck, SUV is probably the second most expensive asset you have, one being your home. And right now, people are spending a lot of time in their home, and not necessarily they're neglecting their second, asset or their vehicle, but they're just not thinking about what's going on with that particular car that's sitting in the driveway. This week, for example, we've done a lot of pickup and delivery services for customers. And a lot of the times, the reason why is because they walk out to their car, it hasn't been started in 2, maybe 3 weeks. They hit the key and nothing happens. Usually the battery, which is, even though the car is off, it's still supplying all of the necessary power to keep your battery, your radio, all of the features alive in the car. And they're finding that the batteries are not holding a charge. Um, Super important, as I was telling you a little bit. Even if you don't go anywhere, and you follow the strategy that we all have, it's still a good idea to start your car and just drive around the block, and really just recharge that battery. Rotate the tires, to say, where you're just driving it around a little bit. That's really healthy for your car. Um, and the other things we were talking about too, is on a long-term issue and not over a week or a day or something, but your fuel itself, we have ethanol fuel. So we learned this lesson with our lawnmowers years ago when we put fuel in our lawnmower and then we just put our lawnmower away for the winter. You go to start that lawnmower up in the summer and that lawnmower doesn't want to start because that fuel is broken down. So it's really good idea, really to fill up your car, start it up, drive it around a little bit, get that fuel to kind of circulate around. Also running the heater, getting any moisture that's built up in the car. That you don't want mildew or anything like that building up in it if it sits for a long time.
Oh, okay. Because at first I was thinking, oh, I'll just go sit out in the driveway, and I'll just start it up in the driveway. But then when you were explaining to me how the fuel breaks down, so you've got to get out and go around the block probably more than one time just
Correct.
to get all the fuel circulating. I just went, oh,
Yeah.
that makes so much sense. But then thinking about driving it and thinking about the tires, because I have one tire that has a tendency after a while to not have as much air in it as it's supposed to. I mean, not flat, just not right.
Correct.
Do you guys do air, or do you know who in the Eugene area is open and doing air?
Absolutely. So, automotive industry, like ourselves, is considered an essential business. So, essential means we need to be here for the community to do everything they need to do. So, C&L Automotive, absolutely, we're open. We're here for you. We do fill up the tires. That is a service we do not charge for. So simple things like airing up the tires, checking your fluids, checking all the light bulbs, making sure headlights are working, tail lights. That's absolutely something that we do for free for you. And if another thing too is if it's something that if you do go out, Robin, and that little tire has decided that it wants to go flat, it lost a little more air than you thought, just call us. We'd be more than happy to come over, whether I just bring an air tank with me, I air up the tire, or I pick up the car, bring it back to my shop, we air up the tires, check them all. That's absolutely something we want to do to help the community out in any way we can.
Oh, excellent. Okay, that is so good to know.
Yeah,
And you brought up something else that I don't really think about very often, and that was what's it called? The cabin air filters.
absolutely, absolutely. So a cabin air filter is designed to trap all the pollen, and of course, they've been around for a long time. But when you turn your heater on and you pull air, you're pulling outside air through the cabin of your vehicle inside the vehicle. So the manufacturers have designed these filters to trap pollens, any type of stuff, pine needles, anything and everything that's outside. It filters that before it comes in the inside. So the nice thing about it is that if there's any kind of virus that is floating around in the air, that filter is also grabbing that virus before it can come inside the car. And that's a service that we've done for a long time. I would say 90% of most all cabin air filters we do not charge labor for. Whether you buy the cabin air filter, you bring it to me, I'll put it in for you for free, or purchase one of ours. Absolutely something that we'd love to do to help the community, make sure that everybody's safe in the community.
Nice. Wow, I've just learned so much with this discussion about cars, and I like cars. I'm a car person, you know. Okay, so now given the day and age that we're in right now, how is it that you guys are working with the whole social distancing and killing the virus and all of those? What is it that you guys are doing so we know
Absolutely.
that it's okay?
That's a great question. And I think it's on everybody's mind, whether you're having your car worked on or you're pulling up to get, a favorite burger at a drive-through. So everybody has some strict criteria, and then everybody's adding their own criteria to it. One thing that we're very keen on is, and not only to protect us, but to protect the vehicles. We've got we're covering the floor mats where the seats are covered. We're covering the steering wheels, anything that is being touched and touched a lot, like door handles. My technicians are wearing gloves. We are spraying everything down with a Lysol or a cleaner product. We have this great cleaner that we got from a lady named Robin Forrester, so she could tell you about that. But we're going through and really cleaning them, one, before we work on them, and then after we're finished with them, we're really trying to wipe them down and just kind of keep the exposure as little as we possibly can. And we generally, even before this virus, we've always tried to do a great job of keeping them clean. Now it's just really kind of boosted that whole effect of, keeping vehicles clean.
Well, and I like what you were saying about how you're cleaning it before and then cleaning it after, because that's good to know that you care about enough about your employees to make sure that they're being as safe as can be.
Absolutely.
So
And,
that is
and to take it
awesome.
one step further, I know a lot of businesses, are open, and we're really following that 6 foot radius, really trying to keep our distance away from people. We've got a huge waiting room that, of course, we can keep that distance away. We're also doing, I think I said before, the pickup and delivery service where I picked one up this morning. The lady waved through the window, dropped the key down on the floor mat, and I come and grab it, and then I'm going to deliver it and drop the key on the floor mat. We're having a lot of fun with it. You can look at two different ways, positive or negative. I think it's just a different way to do stuff, and if anything, we're having a lot of fun with it. So
Good.
it can be positive if we want it to be positive right now.
Well, and I
So
think it helps all of us as we try to survive and thrive in this strange period of time that we're in if we try to be positive. So
absolutely.
knowing that when I, walk into your shop, even though we're far away from each other, that it's still a positive vibe,
That's right.
you know.
Absolutely. And that's what we're trying to do. I mean, I really think that we can be safe. We can do all of the stuff that we need to do as a community. But at the same time, we can have a positive attitude. We can get through this together. And you know, I think we'll all hang in there, and we'll be a lot more educated when we're all done with this too.
I think that's for sure. Well, Ryan, you are with C&L Automotive and you are out West 11th, and your address, why don't you give us your address again out West 11th?
3768 West 11th. We're right next to Bailey Hill. Can't miss us. Big, huge office right in front. You'll see a wonderful classic car in our showroom, which you can see right from West 11th as you drive by.
Excellent. Well, thank you very,
Got
very
it.
much. This has
Well,
been
thank
fun.
you, and you definitely be safe out there.